Chris Sewall here, baseball card collector, investor, dealer in that order. Welcome everyone, PSA reveal time, and this was a 27 card order sent in at the cheapest level. This is all modern cards sent in at the cheapest level, which at the time was $19 per card. Now it's currently sitting at $15 per card, but when I sent these in, it was $19. I predicted 9 or 10 on every single card except for 2, a 93 SP Jeter predicting a 7 or an 8, and an 89 Topps traded Tiffany Ken Griffey Jr. predicting an 8. I actually opened that set on in a video, and yeah, everything was sort of off-centered. So sent in the Griffey looking for an 8, and I'll do the financials of this order and all the individual cards at the end. First card here, 2000 Finest, Team Finest Red Barry Bonds card, serial numbered out of 500, and it got a 10, so off to a good start. That's for a really low pop count card in a PSA 10. Next card, 1998 Finest Kobe Bryant, is a third-year card, and it's just a base card. It got a 10, and this is the kind of card where, you know, in a 9 you'll break even or maybe even lose a little bit, but in a 10 you'll do okay. So if you look these sort of cards over really closely and have a good chance at a 10, you'll do all right. And here's an example of the same card, but this one I got the 9. So I sent in 2 of these, got a 9 and a 10, and I always look at this. I mean, looking these 2 cards over, I can't tell the difference, but obviously, you know, somebody found something that suggests one is a 9 and one is a 10, but I'll take that. You know, sending 2 of them in and getting a 9 and a 10, that'll be profitable overall, even if the 9 might be a slight loss. Another Kobe 2003 Upper Deck MVP Monumental Moments. This is sort of like a random insert of Kobe from 2003. This got a 10 as well, and this sort of card I look over a lot closer than I used to, because PSA has just gotten stricter in general, and 9s have lost their luster in many ways, so that's the kind of card you really need a 10, and got the 10 on that one. 1999 Stadium Club Chrome True Colors Refractor Peyton Manning, the second-year card of Manning. This got a 9. There won't really be any profit there, you know, maybe a little bit, but it's second-year refractor of Manning, so that's a card that'll be easy to sell card in a PSA holder. Michael Jordan 1997 UD3. It's like a Jam Masters. I think it's just a base card, but you know, it looks like an insert Jam Masters, but it's just a base card of 97 UD3, and this card got a 9. And it's just sort of a cool looking card. I mean, again, another one where there won't really be any profit there getting a 9 or very little, but cool card. Xander Bogaerts rookie 2014 Topps Chrome xfractor English back variation. This one got a 10, and it's a key rookie card, Topps Chrome of Xander Bogaerts, an active player. PSA 10 xfractor. I like this sort of stuff. It has this stuff has the potential to go up if he, you know, has a good season, more so than other cards of his. Mariano Rivera rookie 1992 Bowman, one of the sort of sillier looking images of a Hall of Fame rookie card. He's just sort of in street clothes leaning up against the wall, but as the first card did not get my 9-10 prediction, got an 8, and that's a little disappointing. A 10 is a big money card, like a $500 card in a 10 or so, and I thought it had a chance. I guess there's the tiniest bit of centering issues maybe, but yeah, I mean, got an 8, which was a bummer. So now I got 3 cards from that Topps traded Tiffany set that I cracked, if anybody remembers that video. This was the big hit from there. Deion Sanders rookie got a 10, and I thought I was going to sort of lose money by having opened the set, like I would have made more by selling it raw, but the fact that this card here got a 10 will actually make that venture profitable, having opening the set. So I kind of got lucky, because most cards in that set were off-centered. The Deion Sanders was one of the sort of few that wasn't, and I was lucky to get a 10. Randy Johnson was also from that set. This is the Tiffany, and this got a 9, and actually should have put 8 or 9 on the sheet for this one. I just didn't have a chance at a 10. It's off-centered, and actually I thought a 9, yeah, 9 was the best it could do. So it got a 9 here, and yeah, that's obviously fine with me. And you know, when you open up a set, you're hoping for 10s, but when everything's off-centered, obviously that sort of kills it. So I was a little disappointed in the moment, but the Deion getting a 10 and the Randy Johnson getting the 9, and then this Griffey also getting a 9. I actually mentioned in the video that I thought the Griffey would get an 8. You can see it's pretty off-centered, left to right. Right border is significantly wider than the left, and I thought an 8 was really the only grade that sort of made sense to me for this card. It's too off-centered to me for a 9, but yeah, I got a 9 here, so PSA helping me out a little bit. And that Topps traded Tiffany set that I opened, which I thought was going to go down as a loss, is gonna prove to be you know, a decent profit. So 11 cards in so far. We got 5 10s, 5 9s, and 1 8. Next up, 2000 Topps Chrome Allegiance Refractor Vladimir Guerrero. This got a 9, and this card's serial numbered out of 100. Actually, very rare card. 2000 Refractor numbered out of 100. Super low pop count on this. I I would have loved a 10. The 10 would have been, you know, surely the only one available, and maybe even a pop 1 situation, so could have really set my own asking price on a 10. Another refractor from 2000 Topps Chrome. This is a Power Players refractor, Barry Bonds, and this one did get a 10. This one's not serial numbered, but this is another card where pop count on this is going to be super low, so I'll have a lot of flexibility with how I choose to ultimately, you know, sell that card. And all I mean by that is if, you know, there's a lot of copies of a card available on eBay and other platforms, you can't really ask much over market value because people will just go to the other places to buy. But if you have the only one and it's a card that somebody wants, you can set a higher asking price. Look at this cool card, 1982 Red Lobster. Ryan Sandberg is a pre-rookie of Sandberg. Sandberg's rookies are from 1983, but apparently he had a Red Lobster card in 1982, sort of an oddball pre-rookie item. I would have loved a 10 on that. 10s would have been big money, super low pop, but still actually very happy with a 9 as it's a sort of a rare pre-rookie of a Hall of Famer. All right, next card, 2015 Topps Chrome update, JT Realmuto rookie. Graded, this one got a 10, and you know, another active player, key rookie of an active player. It's a card you can pick up for just a few dollars, but if you can get it in a 10, nice bump way over the grading fee. So happy with that, of course. 1995 Select Certified Mirror Gold. This is a cool card. 3 Dodgers. This is 3 straight Rookie of the Years. It has Eric Karros, Raul Mondesi, and Mike Piazza. Really, only Piazza went on to have a major star career, but the other 2 were solid players as well. The Dodgers actually had 5 straight Rookie of the Years. This was just the first 3. Hideo Nomo was next, and then Todd Hollandsworth after that. For any of you trivia buffs out there. Derek Jeter rookie, 1993 SP. This is one of the cards I was not expecting a 9 or a 10. Of course, a 10 is a 6-figure card. I got a 7. I was looking for a 7 or an 8. And yeah, I mean, that's a fair grade. There's some light chipping along the borders and edges, which is very common on these 1993 SP cards. Very foil and very sort of condition-sensitive card, especially at the corners. And yeah, some light chipping at the corners brought that one down to a 7. 2009 Panini Prestige Steph Curry rookie. This one got a 9. Big difference in value between a 9 and a 10, but a 9 is still a solid grade and will... yeah, this card will, you know, still add value having gotten the 9. Next card, 2005 SP Collection Bo Jackson autograph. Card still numbered at 25, and Bo Jackson, you know, very, very popular player for obvious reasons, and he doesn't have a whole lot of autographs, so his autograph sells pretty strong. That autograph is actually better when it's on a card where he's with the Raiders than the Royals for whatever reason. I guess more popular as a football player than baseball player, although he was certainly plenty popular as a baseball player as well. Another one of these Realmutos, same card as before, also got a 10, and there were actually 3 of these, and all 3 of them I got 10s. And yeah, these were cards I looked over really, really closely because, again, they're just a few dollars raw. They don't really sell for much in a 9. In a 10, there's something like, I forget, $60, $75, something like that. So they'll all show profits in a 10, but you don't want to be sending this kind of card in to get a 9 if you're looking to turn a profit at all, as there will not be any meat on the bones if you pull the 9. 2012 Topps Chrome Red Refractor Mariano Rivera. This card's numbered out of 25. This got a 9, and yeah, it's a little off-centered top to bottom, so certainly not complaining about the 9. Like I said, serial numbered out of 25. I'm sure this is going to have a really, really low pop count. There's not going to be much comps on it in terms of what it would sell for in a PSA holder. And like I've mentioned before, I really like cards like that because I can sort of set the starting price and see how it goes, you know. A Michael Jordan base card from 2002 Finest when he was with the Wizards. This got a 10. And yeah, kind of like those Kobe Finest earlier. This is just a base card that you really need a 10. A 9, you might be breaking even or losing a little bit. So I look those kind of cards over extremely closely nowadays to make sure it's worth my time. David Ortiz rookie, 1997 Fleer. It's actually he was actually known as, or he was listed on the card as David Arias. I forget the story, but this is one of the few cards where he's actually shown as David Arias, and of course went his whole career as David Ortiz. Hall of Fame rookie card here. This one got a 9, and there was like the minorest of minor chipping at one of the corners, so 9 was certainly fair on that. 1995 Metal Slick Silver Michael Jordan. Cool looking card, sort of a triple or quadruple image of him. Very, very slick looking card, and it's got a silver logo, so hence the title Slick Silver. Got an 8. That's a little disappointing. I was looking for a 9 or a 10. 10 would be a big money card. 8 here is what the card got. I actually looked this one over and couldn't really figure it out. The card looked really, really perfect. There might be centering issues, but I can't really tell what the centering is supposed to be on a card with no borders. It's often the case. You're just sort of guessing what the centering could be. I don't know if centering was the issue on that card or not, but I guess it's possible. 2018 Topps Update Shohei Ohtani. Batting, this got a 9, and I sent in a bunch of Ohtanis recently, and done pretty well in them. Gotten a lot of 10s, but this particular one only got a 9. And last card in the order, 2020 Panini Select Die Cut Light Blue Prism Joe Burrow rookie, and this one got a 9. There's like 80 billion parallels of this card. Some of them are numbered, some are not. This one is not numbered, and this particular light blue prism parallel got a 9. So overall, very good result given my sort of expectations and recent orders. I got 27 cards sent in. I got 10 10s, 14 9s, 2 8s, and only one card less than an 8. So yeah, I was quite happy overall with the results. All right, let's look at the finances on each card individually and what it adds up to in total. And for this Shohei Ohtani, for example, this card raw sells for about $20. So if I had sold this instead of sending it in for grading, I would have sold it for about $20, but instead I decided to spend $19 to grade it. We're going to round that up to $20 for a grading fee of $20. It's actually probably more than $20 when you factor in shipping and insurance both ways, but we'll say $20 to keep it simple. Now that it's in a PSA 9 holder, I can sell it for about $40. So I did not add any value by sending this in for grading. I'm not adding any money to my bottom line. I would have done just as well to just sell it raw. And you can see there PSA 10s go for 100, and that's obviously what the target of sending this particular card in for grading was. So no money added on the Ohtani. I actually lost $5 on this Joe Burrow. You can see it's a $20 card raw. Now that it's a PSA 9, it'll sell for about $35, so it's a $5 loss. And again, PSA 10s go for about 80, so that was obviously the target on that. The Michael Jordan sells for about $75 raw. PSA 8s go for $120, so I'm actually up despite getting a sort of a disappointing grade. $25 added value here, and you can see a PSA 9 would have gone for $150. PSA 10s would have gone for a lot more than that. The David Ortiz added about $30 to that card by getting it graded. The Michael Jordan added about $40 getting it graded. This Mariano Rivera, there's no comps to go off of, so I'm just sort of guessing. I'm guessing it would have sold for about $25 raw, and now as a PSA 9 about 100, so added $55 there. Bo Jackson, another one we're just sort of guessing on. I'm going to guess it added about $30. The Steph Curry, about $60 added value, would have sold it raw for $120. Now it's about $200. You can see if it had gotten a 10, would have been a big hit, $500 value card in a 10. The Jeter, small gain on the Jeter, so we probably would have gotten about $90 for it raw. Now about $150 in the PSA 7 holder. This card was a break even. Probably shouldn't have even sent this in because I don't think 10s would have gone for very high. I just thought it was kind of a cool card, and it's a really nice looking card, the 95 Select Certified Mirror Golds. They're not particularly rare, but they're sort of early refractor concept cards, and they look really nice. No added value there. The 3 Real Mutos were actually, strong hits. Well, I thought they were just a few dollars raw. They're more like $15 raw, and they're about $80 in a PSA 10. So I actually added $135 to my bottom line by sending these 3 cards into PSA. The Ryan Sandberg added about $80 or so. The Barry Bonds added about $110. I can probably put graded value $150. There were comps for it. I can probably hold out and try to get a little bit more since it's a sort of rare refractor insert of Bonds from not the 90s but 2000. The Vladimir Guerrero, just guessing on these, it's a rare card numbered out of 100, so added about $80 by getting it graded. The Griffey here added $155, and this was one where I was expecting an 8, so I was expecting more of a break even or a really small gain. But yeah, getting the 9 was a nice bump, added about $155 to the Ken Griffey Jr. Randy Johnson was plus $20. The Deion Sanders was the biggest hit of the order, getting a 10, and I did sort of go in not expecting a 10, but I thought this had a strong shot at a 10. You can see it's only about a $40 card raw. It's about a $500 card in a PSA 10 holder, so $440 added to my bottom line by sending this in. The Mariano Rivera is a $20 loss, essentially out the grading fee, as it sells for about the same raw as it does in a PSA 8 holder. The Xander Bogaerts up about $55, $15 card raw, goes for about $90 in a PSA 10. This Jordan is essentially a break even, as most cards like this would be. If you get a 9, there'll be just a small bump in value that may or may not make up for the grading fee. You can see obviously I was going for a 10 there, which would have been a $150 card. The Manning, just like the Jordan I just said, essentially a break even in a PSA 9. The Kobe Monumental Moments getting a 10 added about $65. The two finest Kobe Bryant third years, the 9 was actually a $5 loss, and the 10 was about a $45 gain. And these three Kobe cards are like examples of cards that I used to send a lot more of this stuff in a year or two ago. I send a lot less of it in now because PSA has gotten stricter with their giving out 10s, and also 9s just in general sell for a lot less. So 9s often operate as losses, and 10s, there's not a whole lot of added value. But I still send a few of them in, but I'm sort of a little more stricter about looking them over ahead of time. But last card, 1999 Finest Team Finest Red Barry Bonds. This was a pleasant surprise. This is actually a Pop 2 as a PSA 10. So I really don't know what I'll end up getting for it. I'm just guessing 200, but as a kind of card I can price high and lower over time if no offers come in. But we're going to guess $160 added value to the Barry Bonds. And so add all that up, and it was a really nice result. I was up about $1,600 on the order. And what that means in simplest terms is because I sent these in to PSA for grading, I will make about $1,600 more than if I had just sold them raw. I'll put in my pocket in the end of the day $1,600 more because I sent in this order. And a number of you, like to point out that this does not include things like seller fees and taxes, and that's true. So this is just an estimate, not down to the penny, but this is roughly, the added value to my bottom line by sending it in. But that's it. Thank you everyone for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and if you have any questions about any of the individual cards or any of the process at all whatsoever, please feel free to reach out via the comments, and I'll be happy to answer them. And until next time, have a great rest of your day. Thanks everyone.